Hello and welcome. My name is Sharon and this is Trio.of.Witches Tarot, and I wanted to do a follow-up video to my original All My Mermaid cards, because in that one I had limited myself to decks that had 3 or more, and I've gotten a lot of new decks since then. And so I'm doing all my singletons or anything I missed, and I think there was a whole deck I missed in my previous one, and anything that was new since then. So this is going to cover mermaids, water nymphs, undine, melusine, any other kind of water spirit that I ran across in any of my decks. So let's have a look. Okay, so I thought we'd start with this card, and this is from the Kami et Yokai Oracle, which is French, and I have translated it. And this is the story. Zan is from a story where fishermen were fishing and they captured a mermaid by mistake. They were going to keep her, and then they, upon her begging them to release her, they released her, and she warned them of a coming tsunami so that the whole village could escape to safety. So then I thought we'd move on. I'm going to do this not deck by deck, but by card. So I'm going to start with the major arcana. So we have the Fool, and she is from the Tarot of the Divine. This is the Little Mermaid, and she is from a Danish fairy tale. And then we have several high priestesses. Okay, I think that's better. So we have the High Priestess from the Wisdom of the Depths, and the High Priestess from the Children of Letha, and from the Kauai Tarot. And these two are both what is referred to as a octa mermaid, even though this one is a squid, I believe, and this one is an octopus. So I find that very interesting. And then this one is a darling little unicorn. Oh, so cute! So that's the High Priestess. And then we have 2 Hierophants. So we have the Mystic from the Night Goddess Tarot and the Hierophant from the Stolen Child Tarot. And we got these 2 baby mer people down here. And I wondered for a while until I looked really closely on this one. She's got scales down here on the bottom of her legs. So for a while I wondered, is that her tail or not? But I'm convinced that is indeed her tail. And then we have 2 that are Justice. And interestingly enough, they are both where Justice is at 8. So this is from the Circle of Life Tarot. And this is one of the cards that sold me on that deck. And this is from the Kaimanet Tarot. And she's more of a shark person, a mer shark person. And I have one other card in somewhere else that is also a shark mer person. And then we have one for the Wheel of Fortune. This is from the Tarot de St. Croix. Like that one. Then we have a couple 3 Hanged Men. This one's from the Children of Letha, and this is from the Wildwood. And then this one, Tiamat. Not sure that's how you pronounce that correctly. It's a Babylonian goddess of the deep. She appears in ancient stories as a bloated dragon, a terrible serpent, a monster of chaos. She also appears as a caring and generous mother. So those are the Hanged Men. And then we have 1 Death. So we have mermaids dying in this one. I always kind of thought of mermaids as being immortal. Interesting. Anyway, this is from the Wisdom of the Depths Tarot. And 1 Tower. And this is from the Mythic Tarot, the original Mythic Tarot. And this is Poseidon, I believe. Let's double check. Yes, it is Poseidon. And then you have Star from the Alchemical Tarot. And then from the Sevenfold Mystery, we have the Sun and the Moon. So that's interesting. It's interesting that the star in this one is not the same. So this is they refer to it in the guidebook. I think this is a Melusine because two tails, and that's the definition of that. But in here is referred to as the Stella Maris, the star of the sea, the goddess who, like Hermes, serves as a psychopomp. So though that is the star, the moon, and the sun. And we have one judgment, and it's from the Kawaii Tarot. And again, it's these darling little unicorn mer people. Oh, so cute. And then we have the World, and this one's from the Ocean Tarot. So now we'll do the minors, and then we'll do the court cards. So we have the Four of Wands, and it's the only wands. And this is from the Wisdom of the Depths. And then we have several Ace of Cups. Let's see if they all fit. 3. Okay. So this is from Children of Letha, this is from Bohemian Animals, and this is from the Jolanda. Children of Letha says that this is a river nymph. So the Ace of Cups. And then we have several Two of Cups. Let's see how we can get these all in frame. So this is from The Secrets of the Rose. And this is from Tarot de St. Croix. This is from Jolanda. This is from Mythologia Phoenica. And let's see what it says in Mythologia Phoenica about this. The spring spirits were translucent beings that were the color of clear water, that lived in fresh and pure waters that welled up from deep bowels of the earth. These beings never harbored gray or unpleasant thoughts, and their mind was always clear and untainted. Spring spirits were very sensitive and benevolent, ethereal beings who could transform themselves into droplets that glimmered into the colors of the rainbow. Okay, so those are the Two of Cups. Then we have the Three of Cups. We have three of Cups. This is from the Wisdom of the Depths and the Mythic Tarot and Dark Goddess. So let's see what the Mythic Tarot says about this card. So these are Undine. And then in the Dark Goddess, it's Mamiwata, maybe pronouncing that really badly, is what it says here. So you can see it if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. So it's the Igbo goddess of water and a goddess of both ardor and fidelity, lust and faithfulness. While not human, Mamiwata may appear so when she chooses. Her true self is a mermaid-like figure, the upper half of her body a woman and the lower half a fish or serpent. Mamiwata is both benevolent and dangerous. So those are the Three of Cups. There's no 4, but we have 1 5, and it's from the Yokayochi. And this is Amabe, I'm not sure you pronounce it, a 3-legged chimera mermaid that emerges from the sea with prophecies for the harvest season. Very cool. And then the Six of Cups is from the Circle of Life Tarot, and we have So we have mer people and seahorses. Yes, very cool. Then 2/8, very different from each other. So this one's from the Spirit Keepers Revelation, the 2nd edition, and Mermaid there. And then here, the 8 of water is Sedna. So let's see what Dark Goddess says first about Sedna. It's an Inuit goddess of the ocean and the underworld. She is the mother of the animals of the sea and the queen of the underworld. And then in the Book of Maps, it says here, along the bottom right corner of this card is a mermaid, the latter embodiment of Atargatis, a primordial, life-giving, and protective mother goddess of the seas from Mesopotamia and Syrian antiquity. Her symbols are the fish and doves. Early embodiments of her were in fully human-like form, wearing a star-like crown and accompanied by lions. Then, according to mythology, the goddess fell in love with a young mortal and came to be impregnated by him. The offspring, a daughter, later became the Lydian Babylonian queen. But the consummation of their love killed the young mortal. After giving birth and in her grief, the goddess dove into the seas to drown herself, abandoning her infant daughter on land. In doing so, the goddess was transformed into a figure half human and half fish, the first mermaid. So that's cool. She's the first mermaid, according to that myth. And then from the Trio.of.Witches garden, in the 9 of Cups, a green-eyed nymph. And then from the Tarot of the Divine in the 10 of Cups. So it's Julnar the Seaborn. It's an Arabic folktale. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles from the Mythic Tarot. And this is Poseidon again. And then I'm pairing a couple oracle cards with this. So this is from the Pythonic Tarot. And it's the 6 of Cups. But then these felt like they really went with it because they all show a mother mer person, a mother mermaid, and her baby mer person. Love those cards, all of them. Okay, so now we are to the quick cards. And this is from the Spirit Keepers Tarot. And this is the Shining Water, so it's the Knight of Cups. And it's the Waves of Undine on there. And she is his helper spirit. In Renaissance alchemy and ceremonial magic, the Undine is associated with the element water. They're akin to a water nymph, a liminal creature between water and earth. They can endow you with clairsentience. When you call for their aid and scry into waters, they'll show you prophetic visions. They possess the powers of transformation and shape-shifting and can also be called upon in glamour magic. Undines are also associated with the immune and respiratory systems. Okay, and then we have some more knights. This is from the lovely Om Tarot, and all of the courts in the cups are mer people. And this is from the Stolen Child, and this is our second shark mer person. I like that this one has some kind of a sea dragon in it too. And then we have a couple pages. 3 pages. Yeah. So this one's from the Maraloon, and this one is from the Dark Goddess, and this one is from the Mythologia Fennica. So let's see what those books have to say about them. So the Amazons in the Dark Goddess are the pages. She is the Scylla, and she is the Greek monster maiden. And Scylla is a Greek sea dragon with the upper body of a woman, the tail of a fish or serpent, and 6 dog forelegs sprouting from her waist. I don't see any dog legs on her. Oh, there they are. Looks like it's kind of like a skirt. The monster maiden haunts the rocks and caves of narrow strait opposite the whirlpool daemon Charybdis. And then Aino, I'm not sure how to say that. We're going to go with Aino because there's a lot of words in here I don't know how to say. And the tale of Aino is one of the saddest ones of the Kalevala. Aino was a young girl who drowned herself because of her brother, who had promised her as a bride for an old man in order to spare his own life. Okay, so that is the pages. And then we have some princesses or daughters. I kind of throw these all together. This one over here on the left is from the Clover Tarot. And this one is from the Lovely Ohm, right here in the middle. And then this one is from the Tarot of Aphrodite, and that is from 1900. And it's a painting by John William Waterhouse, and it's just called A Mermaid. So that's the princesses or daughters. And then we have the Prince of Cups, and he is from the Lovely Ohm Tarot. And then the rest are queens. So we're going to have to reset because there's a lot of them. Okay, so I am probably going to totally destroy the name. But these first two here are both the same deity. And this is from, the first one is from Bone, Stone, and Earthflesh. And they have it as Yamaja. Not sure if I'm saying that correctly. And this one is from the Tarot of the Divine, and it's Yamoja. But they're both Yoroban Orisha, or deity of rivers and surface ocean waters. Very interesting that that is used twice for the Queen of Cups in two different decks. And then this one is from the Medieval Mischief, and this one is from the Lovely Ohm. And as you can see, it's just the Queen's eye, which I think is really cool. I love the water in her eye. And then this one is Velamo. I don't even know. I'm doing my best here. And according to the Mythologia Fennica book, she is a water haltia, and her purpose is to give fish to the fishermen. Velamo, the mistress of water, is a beautiful and sensitive being who loves all inhabitants of the water, and also gladly helps humans by giving healing and catches to those who ask nicely. So that's cool. And then we have from the Maraloon, and from the Ocean Tarot, and from the Alchemical Tarot, and the Lunar Eclipse Tarot, and lastly from the Kawaii Tarot. And it's so cute! Little teeny baby worm person. Okay, that's it. Yes, that is it. That is all of my mer people water dwelling cards, and I hope you enjoyed that. It was very fun to do, although it was a lot of work, a lot of decks to look through, and doing a little bit of research on what each one was and if there was a backstory or not. So remember to like and subscribe and click on the bell so you know when I have new videos. Take care of yourself. Bye.